Good evening, everyone. Myself, Ashu Sharma. I welcome you all in series of Kotlin. Today, we will see some theoretical aspects of architecture and basic types that we have in Kotlin. So Kotlin, basically, it's a programming language and has its own architecture. It's allocate memory and produce a quality output to the end user following the different scenarios where Kotlin compiler will work differently. So as I said you, it's not a Java, but it's definitely works with JVM. So whenever it is targeting that different other kinds of languages such as Java and JavaScript, but don't confuse that it's not pure Java, but yes, it's working for that JVM and bytecode concept. So Kotlin compiler creates a bytecode, and that bytecode can run on JVM, which is exactly equal to the bytecode generated by the .class file in Java. So whenever two bytecoded files runs on the JVM, they can communicate with each other, and this is how an interoperable feature is established in Kotlin for Java. So .kt, which is that extension of a file, then it's compatible bytecode for JVM, and then it run on this Java virtual machine. So whenever Kotlin targets JavaScript, the Kotlin compiler converts the .kt file into ES5.1 and generates a compatible code for JavaScript. Kotlin compiler is capable of creating platform basis compatible codes by a LLVM. So this is a very basic structure where we have a .kt file, then there is a conversion into bytecode, and it runs on Java virtual machine. So this is that brief architecture. You may just explain it at the time of interview. Now here are some basic types in the Kotlin programming language. So first is numbers. The representation of numbers in Kotlin is pretty small. That's similar to Java. However, Kotlin does not allow internal conversions of different data types. This is that given table where we have some size in bytes. So double is 64, float is 32 bytes, long is 64 again, int is 32, short is 16, and wide is 8. So this is that we have. It is in terms of, you can say, a number of bits we have. So we convert this 64 bits. So definitely 8 bytes. This is 4 bytes, then 8 bytes, 4 bytes, 2 bytes, and this one is 8 bits of 1 byte. So this is numbers. In the following examples, that Kotlin works with different data types. Now next one is the characters. Kotlin represents characters using char. In most of language we use this. So characters should be declared in a single quote like C, and please, this is that way we may use that. And Kotlin variables can be declared in two ways, one using var and another using val. So VAL and VAR, these two we can use for variable declaration. Now next one is the Boolean. Boolean is very simple like other programming language. So we always have two, either true or false. We have only two values for Boolean, either true or false. In the following example, we will see how these Kotlin interprets Booleans, and these this is very, very important. Next one is the string. Strings are character arrays. Like Java, they are immutable in nature. So we have two kinds of strings available in Kotlin. One is raw string, other is escaped string. Next one is arrays. Arrays are collections of homogeneous data types, similar data. And like Java, Kotlin supports arrays of different data types. In the following, we can say arrays a very, very important structure. Next is collections. Collection is a very important part of data structure, which makes the software development easy for engineers. Kotlin has two types of collection. One is immutable, another one is mutable. Which immutable means that list maps and sets that cannot be editable. Another is mutable. This type of collection is editable. So it is very important to keep in mind the type of collections used in applications, as Kotlin systems does not represent any specific difference in them. Kotlin provides some useful methods such as first, last, and filter. All these methods are self-descriptive and easy to implement. So Kotlin has that structure such as Java while implementing collections. So in Java, we have a concept of collection framework as well. So this is the way. And the last one, that basic type is ranges. Range is another unique characteristic of Kotlin. Like Haskell, that it provides an operator that helps you iterate through a range. Internally, it is implemented using range 2, and its operator from form is double dot. So this is that we have that basic data types, ranges, collections, characters, arrays, strings, booleans, all sorts of these basic types. And this is very basic structure. You can say an architecture in which that .kt converts into the bytecode to run on JVM. So it makes it compatible to run on Java virtual machine. So this is from this session. Thank you very much being with me in this session. If you like these videos, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so you may get the notification of the latest uploaded video. Have a nice day.